So we still have new students coming in the batch, and for new students, it is always difficult to understand some complex, concepts. But on the same time, for the new students who joined me in the middle, they always have the opportunity to join my next batch from the beginning. So आपको problem नहीं आएगी. But you need to keep yourself into a research mode. Keep on researching and try and keep on listening to the classes again and again, which will really, really help you. Okay, so so we're talking of the Badhaka. We have still people coming. I think it was 8:30. It's already 8:35. I have still people coming. That's okay, right? So Badhaka. So can someone explain? Can someone explain me what is Badhaka? I've already given you the lecture 4 lectures ago. So what is Badhaka? Is it a Rashi-based concept, or is it a house-based concept? First of all, that's my first question. Who's going to tell me this? I have given you a full-fledged, lecture on it. So it's a house-based concept. Okay. So what is a Badhaka? What is a Badhaka? Sonia ji says both. You are also right. You're not wrong. So Parul says torment. Okay. Actually both, yes. Harassment. So Badhaka is a harasser who can harass you, who can give miseries in your life, which can make situation miserable. Why a planet which has no personal connection with you, no personal connection, okay, nothing, still gives you harassment? What is that thing that forces that planets to give you the harassment, the tormentation? Is your own karmas, okay, the past life karmas. But what kind of past life karmas are we talking here? Actually, Badhaka gives you settlement of your curses. Now, this is a big statement, okay? It gives you the settlement of your curses that you've got from various people. Now, curses can come from a lot of people, right? If you left your girlfriend in between and you promised her to get married and you did not, it is a curse. She will give you a curse. कि आपका कभी अच्छा ना हो. But that curse will not reach you immediately, no? That might travel from one birth to another birth. It may take some time, right? That particular planet, probably Venus, will become your Badhaka. You did not allow someone to progress in life, in the previous life, okay? I mean, that will become a Badhaka. At times, you brought a dog at home. You brought a dog at home. You brought a bitch at home for your children. You wanted that your children should play with that dog or that bitch. But you never took your dog for reproduction, for mating. You took away that right of motherhood from that bitch because it will be a lot of inconvenience for you. Right? It is a curse which you have to settle in the next life. You may have tormentation in having kids, and you have to wait for good 20-30 years, then try to adopt someone or whatever, what not, maybe depending upon the curse that that particular animal is given to you. You understand? When you stop someone from doing certain things, when you stop someone from doing certain things and then that person feels helpless, is where the curse begins. The curse can come from your parents as well. Your father made you an engineer or a doctor, and eventually, when the time came to serve him, you just ran away to some other country and never looked back. At times, parents doesn't want your monthly, money or the pocket money that you give to the parents. No, they want your time. You have to, you know, exactly, that is the right word. Unintentional hurting karmas that we do in our life is actually the outcome of the Badhak grahas. I mean, something that was not intentional. You were right on your path that, see, look, if you're an engineer, if you're an IT guy, I mean, the good opportunities are overseas. But because of which your parents felt alone, they suffered. Such karmas give you strong badhakas. And you know what? What is the problem here? The problem here is that you think that the lord of the badhaka house is the planet which will give you obstacles. This is a very simple definition that we all have in our mind. But today, the perception will change. Everything will change today. It is not just the lord of that particular house which is going to give you punishment. It is the planets sitting there. It is the planets having drishti. It is the co-lords, right? And it is the carrier of those planets, will give you problems, which I'll explain you on the whiteboard what exactly I meant. It is not just one. So whenever I give you a concept, whenever I tell you that this problem happened because of this combination, you will make that as a underlining protocol. Suppose if I tell you that the lord of the Badhaka was sitting in this house, gave you this problem, that is one rule. But then there is a planet sitting in the Badhaka house, gave you this problem. That's another rule. Okay. From where that planet is coming, that's the third rule. Is that planet lord of other houses? That's the fourth rule. So that is how you will make certain protocols. And after this class, you people will have 10, 12 such combinations to understand in your own horoscope related to Badhakas. Okay, so let me share the whiteboard, and also let me make the horoscope of Shri Ram. Very, very important, concept, very, very important, chart. We have practiced, on this chart a lot, right? And, we have seen so many, results that are matching with today's horoscopes as well. So we will make the Kundli of Shri Ram. Anyone who remembers the Kundli of Shri Ram, that would be great. I mean, I'll be happy if any one of you can. Okay, let's see. Cancer Lagna. Let me put it here. Okay. So, of course, a lot of people would know Cancer Lagna, but I would need the placements of the other planets also. Okay. You should remember few charts by your heart. Okay. So, Shri Ram is a Karka Lagna. Okay.
Mars 7th house.
Oh, fantastic. He was Manglik. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. So somebody said
Jupiter.
Mars in the 7th house, Jupiter in the 1st house. What else?
Moon in the 1st house.
Moon in the 1st house, of course, right? What else?
Sun in the 9th.
And Venus in 9.
Venus in 9th house.
Sun in 10th.
Sun in 10th.
Sun in 10th house.
And Mercury in 11th.
Mercury.
Saturn in 4th.
in
And
Saturn
Ketu in 12th. And Ketu
Ketu
in
in-
12th. And Rahu in 6th.
You people are genius, right? It's absolutely fantastic that you know the chart of Shri Ram by your heart. It is lovely, right? So this is chart of Shri Ram. I want you to mute yourself because then there's a lot of background noise that we see. This is getting recorded, so other students may not be interested in what is going under your background, So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, can somebody tell me the principles of Badhaka? The principle of Badhaka is, I'll just repeat that. If you have any movable sign in the Lagna, so if you have a movable sign in the Lagna, then the 11th house is a Badhaka house. And so is the Rashi. The Rashi present in the 11th house is your Badhaka. Right? So what are movable signs? 1, 4, 7, and 10. These are movable signs. So if you have movable signs, the 11th house, the 11th lord is going to be the Badhaka. That's the principle number 1. Okay. What is principle number 2? If you have fixed signs in the Lagna, any of the fixed signs, or you have a fixed sign Lagna, then the 9th lord is the Badhaka. So 9th lord is a Badhaka. So what are fixed signs? 2, 5, 8, and 11. And if you have dual signs, so what are dual signs? 3, 6, 9, and 12. So the 7th lord or the 7th house is the Badhaka. The 7th lord is Badhakesh. The 7th lord is a Badhaka. The 7th house is Badhak house. I am sure that you are aware of this principle, everyone. Okay. Now, let me rub this because you know this principle. And we go to the chart of Shri Ram and we start making the points. Okay. So we will have various points coming here. Okay. So as I have already given you the expectation that this lecture is going to be little difficult one, and you should have gone through my previous lectures. Only then, this lecture will make a lot of sense to you. Otherwise, you people, can go back and listen to this lecture again and again so that, you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. In Shri Ram's horoscope that you see right in the screen, on the screen here, the Badhaka is the 11th house because it is a movable sign Lagna. Okay. So the Badhaka is here. This is the Badhaka position here. Okay. The 11th house, the 11th lord, the 11th house is a Badhaka. Now, for a simple reason, you have to first understand a principle known as Bhav Avastha. This is the Jyotish principle. Bhav Avastha. Now, this principle has higher priority over the dispositor of the Badhak house. Should I repeat? Bhavavastha is on the higher priority than the Bhavesh. Which is Bhavesh in this Kundli? Bhavesh of the Badhaka? It's Venus. Means the Lord of the Badhak house is Bhavesh. So house is known as Bhava. The Lord of the house is known as Bhavesh. Clear? Right? The Lord is Bhava and the Lord is Bhavesh. The house is Bhava. But before we look at where the Lord of this house is sitting, the first principle is to understand Bhavavastha, the condition of the house. What is the meaning of Bhavavastha? The condition of the Badhak house. Condition of the house. So, whenever you look at the dispositor of a house, it is always to be looked second. What you have to look is the condition of the house first. I mean, the Lord of that house may be in that house, okay? No problem. But the Lord of the house is sitting in the 6th house, 8th house, 9th house, 12th house, doesn't matter, okay? First thing that matters is what is the condition of the house. उस घर की कंडीशन क्या है? मालिक की बाद में सोचेंगे. जो उसका मालिक कहां जाके बैठा है, उसकी प्रायोरिटी नंबर 2 है. नंबर 1 कि वो घर कैसा है, क्या वो अच्छा है, क्या वो बुरा है, और अगर उसमें कोई ग्रह बैठे हैं, if there are planets sitting in that house, what is happening, from where those planets are coming. भाव अवस्था को चेक करते हैं श्री राम के 11th हाउस की, जो बाधक ग्रह हाउस है उनका. 11th हाउस is the Badhaka for Shri Ram's horoscope, and we are going to analyze the Bhav Avastha. I am going very slow. I am repeating things again and again so that you can be on the same page. Ladies and gentlemen, the planet sitting in the 11th house is the 3rd and the 12th Lord. Yes or no? Is it? Look at the chart on the screen. The planet which is sitting in the Badhak house or in the Badhak Rashi is the Lord of the 3rd house and the Lord of the 12th house. What is the Lord of the 3rd house and the 12th and the 3rd house in any horoscope? They are basically Marak. If it is not the 6th, if the 12th house is not Marak, for an example, in a in Aquarius Lagna, the 12th Lord is never Marak. It's the Shani himself. But most of the time, the 3rd Lord in any chart is a Marak planet, which will give you problems and obstacles. But on the same time, the 3rd Lord also carries Prakram. Yes or no? The 3rd house is house of Prakram, isn't? Yes or no? Yes, okay. The 3rd house is a house of Prakram. Now, what is the meaning of Prakram? Prakram is great ability to perform things in life. And also the 3rd house is house of siblings. That means Shri Ram, the 3rd Lord sitting in the 11th house, shows that he has very powerful siblings. He has very powerful siblings. Because the Lord of the 3rd house is also in the house of gains. The 11th house is house of gains. Badhak is, the house is Badhak, but of course it is house of gains as well. So he has very very strong siblings. And when I'm talking of the siblings, I'm talking of younger brothers, because third house, belong to younger, siblings. So he's got younger siblings strong. The elder siblings are seen from the 11th house. So he's going to have very strong younger siblings. But did you see something? Mercury is also dispositor of Ketu, isn't? Mercury is also lord of a house where Ketu is sitting, right here. So can I say what is Mercury? Write down what is Mercury. Can I write it is 3L and 12L, third lord and the 12th lord? Can I write this? Mercury is also the dispositor of Ketu. You know what is dispositor? The meaning of the dispositor is actually the carrier. He is carrying the energy of Ketu. He is the carrier of that house. That is the meaning of dispositor. And it is sitting in the Badhak. So Bhavavastha says, what is the Bhavavastha saying? I'm going very slow. Bhavavastha is saying that the 11th house has a planet which is lord of the third house and the 12th house, and it is dispositor of Ketu. Any confusions till now? I've just given you the position of the Graha. I've not predicted anything. I've not given you any explanation. What I've said is that the Bhavavastha, what is in it in the 11th house? The Bhavavastha is simple. That it has third lord and the dispositor of Ketu sitting in the 11th house. You see, I must tell you one thing, and this is a principle that you will write down on a piece of a paper with a star. Every horoscope, see, be it yours, be it mine, be it Shri Ram's horoscope, the 12th lord is a rishi in your kundli. And if, see, there are two rishis. There's Maharishi and there is a rishi. Always remember this. There is Maharishi and there is a rishi, and then there is a Muni. Just like by default, Atma Karak should be Surya, but then a lot of people doesn't have Atma Karak as Surya, right? You can have Saturn as an Atma Karak, Mangal as an Atma Karak, but which is by default Atma Karak, Surya, right? By default means Naisargik. Naisargik means natural. The natural Rishi in your horoscope is Ketu, the Maharishi. Maharishi in everybody's chart is Ketu, and Rishi in everybody's chart is the 12th lord. Why I'm telling you this thing? Why? You see, having Ketu in the 12th house in Shri Ram's horoscope, and that Ketu as a debilitated Ketu. ये नारायण जी का चार्ट है, इट्स अ नारायण चार्ट, और वहां पे केतु डिब्लिएटेट हो गया, मींस अ कर्स इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ महर्षि फॉर श्योर. अ कर्स इज कमिंग फ्रॉम महर्षि. केतु इज महर्षि. जहां पर भी आपकी कुंडली में केतु बैठे हैं वहां पर महर्षि बैठे हैं, और वो महर्षि कौन है? वो महर्षि नारद है. महर्षि नारद. What was the curse given by Narad to Shri Ram? Who will tell me this?
You
What
didn't let me marry, and you did not let me have a family, so you won't have a marriage, successful marriage.
exactly? Shri Ram, or not Shri Ram, Vishnu ji did not let Narad ji to get married, and Narad ji cursed Vishnu ji that in one life you will get lot of harassment. You will have lot of harassment with respect to your wife. You will be separated, you will fight, and you'll have lot of issues. Now I have a question here. You have to connect the dots. Ketu is sitting in the 12th house as a rishi, debilitated, and wants to curse Shri Ram, and he hired a planet Mercury. He hired a planet Mercury, and to hire the planet Mercury, he went to his home, which is the 12th house for him, a Marak Graha, which will give him harassment, which will also give harassment to his sibling, and which will also give harassment to his wife, Shukra. Oh, did you see? This is how a horoscope is designed for a soul who is taking birth. Did you see that? I'll repeat again. Naradji said that he will be cursed. Okay? He will be cursed. Naradji sitting in the 12th house, debilitated, unaware. Okay? That he's given curse to Vishnu ji. नारायण जी को कर्ज दे दिया उन्होंने. एक चीज आपको यहां से एक और पता लगी. आपको क्या पता लगा बताओ? That a rishi has a power to curse Vishnu. So that means who is more powerful? Is it the Vishnu who is more powerful, or is it the rishi who is more powerful? It is the Maharishi who is more powerful. And Devatas never become rishi. Who become rishis? Humans, people like you and me, has ability to become rishis. When you do sadhana, when you connect, you can become a rishi. And when you have highest level of powers, you become Maharishi. What is difference between Rishi and Maharishi and Muni? Maharishi is at the highest level. His disciples who are enlightened are rishis. And people like you and me who are taking the teachings of those rishis and giving to the world are known as munis. So you and me can be called munis, but not rishis. But not rishis. But one thing I must tell you, that we all are the lineage of Sapatrishis. Bhardwaj, Kashyap, Atri, we all are. So our bloodline is coming from the rishis. आपकी मेरी इस दुनिया में जितने लोग हैं सबकी ब्लड लाइन आर कमिंग फ्रॉम ऋषिज। उनका दिमाग खराब कौन कर रहा है? राहु। राहु, wherever Rahu is sitting in your kundli, you can behave brainless. We forget that we are the, we are the lineage of rishis. Wherever Rahu is sitting, he will make you forget that you are no longer, the lineage of rishis. You are in some materialism world, and you are this, you are that, you are bloody Rajput or a bloody Khatri or a Jaini or whatever. All these dharma, religion, self-created things, self-created things. I am Pandit. You really know what is the meaning of a Pandit? I am a Brahmin. People really know? Even Ravan was a Brahmin. He was a Brahmin himself, isn't? He was. Was he Brahmin? Did he ever call himself Brahmin? No. Because he knew he's not a Brahmin. Brahmin means any Kshatriya, any Jaini, any religion guy can be a Brahmin if he has knowledge of Brahma Gyan. If you possess highest level of knowledge, and if you have highest level of spirituality and purity, you are a Brahmin. You may be from any religion. Doesn't matter. Brahmin is a person who possesses the qualities of Brahma, as pure, as powerful of a Brahma or a Brahmaloka. That is the meaning of Brahmin. Now, Ketu in the 12th house has given a curse to Shri Ram, not Shri Ram, Vishnu ji, and Vishnu ji has to come and take a birth. And you know what? Who is suffering? Lakshmi. Lakshmi ji has taken reincarnation in the form of, or not reincarnation, in the form of Mata Sita. Mata Sita is Sakshat Lakshmi. Who is suffering here? See, who is suffering here? The karma of a second person is being suffered by the third person associated with him. And Vishnu ji हमेशा एक शेषनाग के ऊपर बैठे होते हैं. You see, Vishnu ji is always sitting on a शेषनाग. तो जब ये कर्स दे रहे थे, तो वो शेषनाग के ऊपर बैठे हुए थे. तो वो कर्स किसको लगा? क्योंकि जब कर्स जब देते हैं ना, तो कैसे देते हैं मालूम है आपको? हर एक ऋषि के हाथ में एक कमंडल होता है. कमंडल. You understand what is a कमंडल? कमंडल is a small, like a गड़वी, जिसमें जल होता है. उसमें से जल निकालते हैं और आपके ऊपर वो जल फेंकते हैं और कहते हैं तथास्तु, ऐसा हो. You must have seen in Ramayana or something happening, right? और वो छींटे किस पे पड़े? वो शेषनाग के ऊपर भी ऑब्वियसली पड़े होंगे अगर विष्णु जी के ऊपर उन्होंने फेंका और कहा. और शेषनाग और कोई भी नहीं है, वो लक्ष्मण भैया हैं. The brother of Shri Ram is Sheshnag. लक्ष्मण. ये जो वर्ड श है, the meaning sh, the word, the alphabet sh in the Lakshman is equal to poison, which is possessed by Sheshnag. Sh, Lakshman. Lakshman, Sheshnag. That is how his name came. The meaning of Ram is fire. And who gave the name Ram to Shri Ram? Valmiki. Valmiki. And Valmiki was not a rishi. Valmiki was what? Valmiki डाकू थे. He was a pirate. Right? And then Shiva said, Valmiki, that since you have lot of Rahu influence, a lot of Rahu influence on you, Valmiki, you have to meditate on a word known as Mara. Mara is also name of a Devi. So Valmiki started meditating on a word mara 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 mara, and the word that came was Ram, and that Ram name was given by Valmiki to Vishnu ji. See, that is how Shri Ram got his name, from Valmiki. Because if राहु को आप बोलोगे कि राम पे मेडिटेट करो तो वो करेंगे नहीं, बोलो तुम मरा मरा पे मेडिटेट करो. Keep speaking the name mara 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 mara, and eventually it will turn itself into Ram. So if you start speaking mara 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 mara, it will, just for the first word it is ma, and then it is always Ram, 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 Ram. इसीलिए अगर आपको कोई नास्तिक या एथिस्ट मिलता है, बोलता है मैं राम नहीं बोलूंगा, तो उसको बोल मरा बोल. Still he will end up saying Ram. So who is suffering because of Badhaka? What is the take home of this step? That if you have Badhaka planets, the Bhavavastha, if you have a planets in the Badhak house, there the relationship that planet holds for you in your life, those relationships will suffer. Be it brother, sister, elder brother, younger brother, wife, mother, father. You have to analyze that. So Badhaka is not only your personal harassment, it is the harassment of your family, friends, and everyone. You see, Badhaka is a very unique study. Badhaka is a very elaborated study. It is not just restricted to you. It is as big as your family. You see, if you get married to someone and suddenly you grow like anything, you earn money, suddenly that particular person has such combinations in his or her chart, because of which the husband will grow, the spouse will grow, the children will grow. And it can happen vice versa also. You marry someone or your child is born in the family and he takes away everything because he has a curse, he has a Badhaka in such a manner that will ruin the entire family. So Badhaka is not a small thing. Badhaka is not a small thing. If you say, oh, the lord of this 11th house is a Badhaka, no. First you check the Bhavavastha. First check the Bhavavastha, then go to Bhavesh. Then you go to Graha Drishti and Rashi Drishti. Now I have a question here. Is only Venus the lord of 11th house here? Is the Venus only the lord? Do you see any other lord here? Moon. You are correct. Because Taurus is also Mula Trikona of Moon. So Moon is also very strongly associated. So the Moon is going to be very strongly associated with the Badhaka. And Moon is sitting in the Lagna. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me one thing. Shri Ram was given exile for 14 years and was deprived from the throne of the king, becoming a king, by which lady? By a mother, Moon, sitting in the Lagna. You see, another aspect of the Badhaka Avastha. Look at the Bhav Avastha. मां ने ही उसका ऐसा कर दिया. The Kekai was very close to Shri Ram, very close. Kekai used to love Shri Ram more than all the three sons. And she was the lady who cursed, who said that give him exile for 14 years. Don't give him anything. Tomorrow morning he is going to be the king of Ayodhya. No, take off his all the Rajasic clothes and give him a one avastha. Send him. But why did Moon? See, Moon was sitting in its own sign with Jupiter. But what happened to this mother? किसने दिमाग खराब किया इनका? You see, there are two malefics who are giving drishti on this moon. There is a drishti of Shani on the moon, and there is drishti of Mars on the moon. Two malefics. See, Shani aspecting exalted Jupiter is nothing. Exalted Jupiter will slap Shani and send him back. But moon cannot. Moon is just relaxing. Moon is just relaxing. And from that very day, Shani Drishti, Saturn की जो दृष्टि है, Shani Drishti was known as the evil eye. यहां से वो कॉन्सेप्ट निकल के आया कि शनि जहां बैठते हैं वहां पर इतना खराब नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन जहां देखते हैं वहां पे खराब कर देते हैं. और शनि होता क्या है? What is Shani? Shani is a servant. Oh, there has to be a servant involved in this. And that servant was the servant of Ma, and her name was Mantara. Oh, it is making a lot of sense now. Shani is a servant. You see, Shani having eye on the mother. She is watching. Kaka is so happy that Shri Ram is getting the throne. He's getting the king. He's becoming king in the morning. Kaka is very, very happy. But the drishti of the Shani, the drishti of the mantra, the effect. And what drishti is this, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me this. It is such a strong drishti. It is a Graha drishti of the Shani, the 10th drishti. The worker, the servant is doing that black eye on, that evil eye on the moon. And then moon is also giving harassment to Shri Ram, as moon is the Mula Trikona of the 11th house. But on the same time, who is this moon? This moon has to be the wife of his father. Of course, yes. So Venus in the 9th house, either can be the daughter of your father or can be the wife of your father, because it is in the 9th house. Because it is in the 9th house. So 9th Venus is actually also representing the wife of your father. 9th house is father. And here Venus also becomes the Badhakesh. So the wife of your father is writing destiny for you, and she is fully aware of what she is doing. It is exalted. It is so much exalted that your father will not be able to say no to her because she has already taken a grant. उसने पहले ही उनसे ग्रांट ले ली थी कि मैं कभी भी आपसे 2 वर मांगूंगी, और उसने वर मांग लिए. She is so exalted, she is so clear on what she wants, and she know that she'll get it. Now you understand meaning of an exalted planet in the horoscope. If you have an exalted planet, he knows or she knows what to do to achieve certain things. Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? Are you trying to understand? Are you trying to connect the dots? The application of the Badhaka, how this Badhaka is working? You must understand, Badhaka is not only Bhavesh, it is the Bhavavastha, the co-lords, the Mula Trikona, and the sign. There are drishtis on the Mula Trikonas. See, look, moon would have done nothing to Shri Ram. Nothing, until and unless the servant, the Saturn, would have aspected the moon. It is very, very important that you go step after step to understand कि अब होगा क्या. अच्छा, चंद्रमा लगन में गया, फटाफट से देखो दृष्टि है किसी की. Now Shri Ram Lagna is moon. Lagnesh is sitting in the Lagnesha, and in the 7th house you get your partners. And there is one partner of Shri Ram who is always sitting opposite to Shri Ram and always ready to help. And that partner is Mangal, and Mangal is Shri Hanuman. And he is exalted. He is exalted in the 7th house. He is the Lord of the 10th. 10th is the war zone. तो उनके सेनापति मंगल हैं. The 10th Lord, the war zone. And always the 5th Lord. Who is 5th? 5th is like children. He's saying that Shri Ram is like my father. हनुमान जी कहते हैं ना, राम तो मेरे पिता समान. वो सीता को क्या बोलते हैं? माता. सीता माता. अगर सीता माता है तो हनुमान जी क्या हैं? हनुमान जी क्या हैं? बेटे हैं, बच्चे की तरह हैं उनके. 5th Lord exalted in the 7th house. Now what is 7th house, by the way? 7th house is the achievements. If you look for the achievements of your business, it is the 7th house. I taught my Jyotish Bhushan students yesterday that anything 7th from the moon is the strongest desire of the person. Strongest desire. And the strongest desire of Shri Ram is Shiva. Shri Ram ने रामेश्वर में शिवलिंग बनाए. Shri Ram is always chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. This is what Shri Ram is doing all the time, 24/7, 365 days. Shri Ram is saying Om Namah Shivaya. And this was such a strong desire that Shiva has to take a birth in the form of Hanuman. So Hanuman is the Rudra Roop of Shiva. And he sat exactly opposite. Look what desire can do. Desire, if you have a strong desire and you work for that desire, Shiva has to take birth for you and come and serve you. This is the level of passion that Shri Ram had for Hanuman. Now, what is this Hanuman doing here? First, this Hanuman, Mangal, has a Rashi Drishti on the Badhakesh. Tell me, is it having it? Is Mangal having a Rashi Drishti on the Badhakesh? See, Badhak घर का 11th house है ना, Badhak. ये 11th house है. इस बाधक घर के ऊपर मंगल की राशि दृष्टि है कि नहीं है? और राशि दृष्टि का मतलब क्या होता है? डिजायर? नो, राशि दृष्टि इज नॉट अ डिजायर. राशि दृष्टि इज अ accidental help. Rashi Drishti is a strategy, a planning which is very, very hidden. Very hidden planning. Very hidden planning. So, Ketu having Rashi Drishti on Venus and Rahu also having a Rashi Drishti on Venus was a very hidden planning done by two people to destroy Shri Ram's life. One, Naradji, and second, Rahu. Now, who is Rahu here? Rahu is Asuras. Oh, the Asuras. Shri Ram was such a genuine guy. Till the last, he kept telling Ravana that, look, Ravan, let's call it off. Let's finish it. You return my wife. I don't want to kill your Vanar, this Asur Sena. My Vanar Sena will kill it. He knows it. Hanuman will not leave any Asura. And I don't want to do it, Ravan. चल खत्म करते हैं इसको. Let's finish it off. तू मेरी वाइफ मुझे वापस कर दे, हम इसको खत्म करते. झगड़ा खत्म. No war. You live the way you're living. You're an intelligent guy, right? You're an intelligent guy. Let's not do it. But Ravan has a bigger plan. He never wanted Sita. He never wanted Sita. Never. He was a Shiv Bhakt. He was a Shiv Bhakt. Born in the lineage of Pulastya. Rishi Pulastya. Wow, Rishi Pulastya was a Maharishi. Ravan is a lineage of Rishi Pulastya. Can you believe this? Such an intelligent guy. Such an intelligent guy. You can't believe. Now this Rishi Pulastya married a lady known as Kakasi. Kakasi was the princess of Asuras. And a very intelligent boy was born. His name was Dashanan, who has 10 heads. That is why he is known as Dashanan. He was so intelligent. He is so intelligent that he put entire Rig Veda into perfect Chandas. Perfect Chandas. What is a Chandas? Chandas is a musical form of any Shastra. When you write a Shastra, if you bring it to a level where it gives you perfect sound and perfect rhythm, that is known as Chandas. Can you believe that the Dashanan converted entire Rig Veda into Chandas, which is not easy? And Shiva was impressed. Shiva said, you are fantastic. And from today, I will name you Ravan. So the name Ravan to Dashanan was given by Shiva himself. And he became an avid Shiva devotee. Ravan became an avid Shiva devotee, and he took he took Shiva for granted. He said, Shiva, why are you living a life like a beggar in the Himalayas? You look like beggar. What is wrong with you, Shiva? I have created a temple made of gold, full 24 karat gold. Shiva, why don't you come and sit in that temple in my Lanka? Shiva said, look, Ravan, I'm happy to be isolated and being a beggar. And if you ask me one more time this question, I'll chop off your head. And I have ability to chop all your 10 heads. Get out. Thank you for calling me beggar. And Ravana was very, very disappointed. He said, I converted entire Rig Veda into Chandas. All Devi Devtas are making fun of me. And Shiva has said, just get off here. What do? I will never get moksha. I did everything as a Brahman and I'm not going to get a moksha. And since he knew Jyotish, he knew that Vishnuji is coming on the earth. He's going to reincarnate here. He made a plan. The Asura thing started in his mind. And that Asura thing, whenever Asura thing starts in your mind, it directly comes from Mercury. You start calculating. So Mercury here is represented by intelligent Ravan, very intelligent Ravan. He said, if he kidnaps the Lakshmi, the wife of Shri Ram will come and will kill him. The day I get killed from Shri Ram, that is the very moment I'll find the moksha. That is the only way to get moksha. Nobody else is going to give me the moksha. See, Ravan and Shri Ram has no personal grudges, no pending karma, nothing. It is a new karma made by Ravan, his brain. And he fell in war with Vishnuji. Mercury, Bhavavastha, an intelligent Dushman will come. An intelligent person who will come and try to ruin. And no matter how much you convince him, Ravana, let's finish it off, yaar. Chhad yaar, khatam karte hain. Tu meri wife वापस कर दे, तेरे साथ कोई लड़ाई नहीं. But Ravana is saying, if Ravana would have been a bad guy, he would have touched Sita. He never touched Sita. He always maintained a space between Sita Maiya. He never looked at Sita in a wrong way. The only aim was to die from the hands of Narayan. And the moment somebody dies from the hand of Narayan, he or she gets moksha immediately. But the only thing is, he found a wrong way of doing it. An absolutely wrong way of doing it. You see? He had a strong Jupiter in the 10th house, of course. Now, we learned another thing from his chart. I'm going to give you a golden line, a golden word, a secret. Wherever Mangal is sitting in your horoscope, look at your horoscope. Wherever Mangal is sitting in your horoscope, the 12th house from the Mangal will destroy it. Mangal से 12वां घर जो है, अगर उसमें कोई ग्रह बैठे हैं तो आपका मंगल एबिलिटी रखता है उनको खत्म करने की. Which planet is sitting here 12th from the Mangal in Shri Ram's horoscope? Which planet? Rahu. And Rahu is a Asura. These Asuras have they came from Swarbhanu, who was basically a snake, a naga. इसीलिए इंद्रजीत ने नागपाश जब चलाया तो उनका नागपाश जो था वो खत्म करने की एबिलिटी सिर्फ मंगल में थी, हनुमान जी में, और उनको सिर्फ एक रात का समय मिला था. अगर सुबह की सूर्य उदय हो जाती, if sunrise would have happened, both Shri Ram and Lakshman would have expired. The only ability to destroy Naga, Zehar of Rahu in Shri Ram's horoscope was with Mangal Devata. So what is the take home? What is the learning? The learning is that whichever house Mangal is sitting in your horoscope, ladies and gentlemen, 12th from the Mangal will destroy it. Mars will destroy the 12th house from itself. If Mars is combust, Mars is weak. Then the ability of the Mars is reduced. That means you have to become an avid devotee of Hanumanji to strengthen your Mars. Because Mars is now under control of Shiva. Any combust planet is in control of Shiva. Because Shiva is Surya. Surya in your horoscope is Shiva. Ketu in your horoscope is Rishi. The 12th lord in your horoscope is so Ketu is a Maharishi. The 12th lord is a Rishi. Every planet has a Rishi associated with it. Oh, another finding. Homework for you people. You people will find out every planet has a Rishi associated with it, or a Rishi is associated with every planet. You call it either ways. You will find out, research, and put it in the group, the Rishi associated with a particular planet. So if you understand a Rishi associated with a particular planet, that means you know the Rishi associated with your 12th lord. Isn't? So what will you do? If you know, then if you start praying to that Rishi, the curses of your life will be gone. So before you start praying to Devatas, start praying Rishis. You cannot. The only way you can reduce the effect of this Mars is by praying to Hanumanji and reciting Ram Raksha Kavach. That's it. और कोई तरीका नहीं है. और कोई तरीका नहीं. मंगल की जो मंगल खराब कर रहा होता है कुंडली में, उसके 3 उपाय हैं. हनुमान जी के सामने खड़े होकर 4 बार हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ो शाम के समय. अपनी दिन की शुरुआत नरसिंह स्तोत्र से करो और नरसिंह आरती पढ़ो, नरसिंह आरती. और हनुमान जी के सामने तिल के तेल का दिया जला या चमेली के तेल का दिया जला. मंगलवार के मंगलवार हनुमान जी पे चोला चढ़ाओ सिंदूर और चमेली के तेल से. बस ये करो तो मंगल का इल इफेक्ट खत्म होना शुरू होता है. और कोई तरीका नहीं है. There's no way. And if you want to go very deep, you should become an avid devotee of Shiva to control Mangal. क्योंकि मंगल कहता है मेरे में क्रोध है. शिवा कहते हैं मंगल तेरे में क्रोध है तो मैं तुझे बताता हूं क्रोध क्या होता है. एक बार मेरे क्रोध को टेस्ट करके देख. तो शिवा के क्रोध से ऊपर किसका क्रोध होगा? So then Mangal surrenders in front of Shiva. Said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize जो आप तांडव करते हैं मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं, प्रलय आ जाती है। सो जिनको टेम्परामेंट इश्यूज हैं जीवन में, जिनको बात बात पे गुस्सा आता है, what should they do? They should go to Shiva temple every day. Simple solution, no? What is difficult in it? Going to a Shiva temple is very easy. Go walk every day. No, the house will not be destroyed. It is actually the planet sitting in that house. It gets destroyed if there's a planet sitting. क्योंकि एक सेनापति को खाली मैदान थोड़ा चाहिए लड़ने के लिए। वो किससे लड़ेगा? अगर वहां पे कोई खड़ा है, अगर कोई खड़ा नहीं तो वो मैदान पे हल चला के थोड़ा आ जाएगा फौजी। यू अंडरस्टैंड? वो मैदान को उजाड़ के थोड़ा ना आ जाएगा फौजी। If there's no planet sitting 12th from the Mars, you are lucky. You are fantastic. If there is a planet, तो वो planet destroy कर देता है मंगल। Mangal will destroy that planet. It is fantastic if you have Rahu sitting. If you have Ketu sitting, you will never get moksha. In this birth is not for moksha. If Jupiter is there, then your teacher, your guru, your father may suffer after you are born. That is fantastic, Charanjit. आपकी लाइफ में कोई भी असुर आएगा तो वो मारा जाएगा। आपको सिर्फ हनुमान जी की आराधना करनी है और हनुमान जी को अपने जीवन में लाना है। आपकी लाइफ की कठिनाइयां खत्म हो जाएंगी। मून एंड वीनस आर देयर, तो लव, रोमांस, इमोशंस ये मारे जाते हैं। आपके लव और रोमांस और इमोशंस में को चोट लगती है, ये मंगल उनको खत्म कर देता है। लाइफ के अंदर कोल्ड और प्रैक्टिकल जीवन शुरू हो जाता है। ये कहां से आया? व्हाट अबाउट सैटर्न गुरुजी? सैटर्न इज सिक्स्थ हाउस, 12th फ्रॉम मार्स। ओके, दैट मींस योर मार्स इज इन द 7th हाउस। Again, then that is destroying your Saturn. You have to check Saturn is lord of what houses in your horoscope. Because 12th house is a house of destruction and losses. See, what is problem with the soldier? Soldier के पीछे जो भी उसको backstrap करने के लिए आएगा, उसको वो मार देगा। सोल्जर को पीछे हटने के लिए बोलोगे या पीछे पकड़ के खींचोगे तो सोल्जर उसको खत्म कर देगा। किसी भी घर से उसका जो 12वां घर होता है उसको डिस्ट्रॉय करता है। ये मैंने आपको फर्स्ट लेक्चर में सिखाया था। और स्पेशली अगर मंगल बैठा हो, मंगल साक्षात हनुमान जी हैं, तो वो अपने से पिछले घर को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं और उनकी डिस्ट्रक्शन को कोई रोक नहीं सकता। रावण भी नहीं रोक सकता। सूर्य है ना, सूर्य कहेगा चल छोड़ दे। जैसे श्री राम कह रहे थे छोड़ दो छोड़ दो छोड़ दो, रावण लेट सेटल डाउन, सेटल करते हैं, मत 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 कर, हम नहीं लड़ेंगे, मैं तुझे नहीं मारूंगा। वो सूर्य बोल रहा था। 12th फ्रॉम द चंद्र, इमोशनली यू विल से ओके चलो छोड़ो जाने दो। 12th from the Mercury will not destroy because Mercury is intelligent. Jupiter will not destroy a planet sitting 12th from itself. Only Mangal will not give the opportunity. Mars, वो बोला तूने सीता मैया को उठा के लेकर आया, जितने दिन तूने सीता मैया को रखा उतनी बार मैं तुझे गदा मारूंगा और मरने नहीं दूंगा। लास्ट गदा पे मैं तुझे मरने दूंगा। That's Hanuman. And I will destroy your army. I will completely destroy your army. So any planet 12th from the Mars is dangerous. वो planet तो गया. But if it is no planet, no problem. That's all fair. Yes, Mars can destroy Sun. Mars can destroy any planet. See, Sun is only energy of Shiva, not Shiva. I must tell you. It is just energy. So what happens? The Shiva element will be missing. See, Surbi is saying, my Mars is in 4th house and my sibling died in an accident. Absolutely. हनुमान जी ने सूर्य देवता को खा लिया था, रवि भक्ष लियो तब, चारों जगह अंधेरा फैल गया था, रवि को भक्ष लिया था हनुमान जी। डेफिनेटली, डेफिनेटली यस। So technically Shri Ram ji had two Badhakas. One was Venus and the second one was Moon. And another thing here. Yeah, somebody just wrote a message. Yeah, in Cancer Lagna, if Rahu in the Lagna, then what? I mean, what is the question? I didn't understand. It's a Cancer Lagna. You have Rahu in the Lagna. So it is a very elaborated statement. I can speak 20 lines on it. What will Rahu do? But then what nakshatra? What are the aspects? To what context we are asking? It's an open question. We can debate on this. Rahu in the Cancer in the Lagna, we have, I think I have 40 things to say on it. But the thing is, we can only make productive to what context we are looking at. This is how you look at Badhaka. This is how you look at Badhak. Not just the, the Lord of the Badhak Rashi. No. It is the Bhavavastha, it is the Bhavesha, it is the Rashi Drishti, it is the Graha Drishti, all the things, the lords of the Badhaka, everything. Everything. It does create, and it will also create problems to mother and your emotions. Your emotions will keep on getting tormented. People will play with your emotions. There will be tormentation of your emotions. Of course, there is a help here with exalted Jupiter in the 9th house. Later on, the mother realized. She begged Shri Ram that, what have I done? What have I done? Once the karma was burnt, once the karma was settled, Jupiter aspecting the 9th house where Venus is sitting, where the wife of his father is sitting, Jupiter made her realize that she's done wrong. She begged Shri Ram, beta mujhe क्षमा कर दे, beta mujhe माफ कर दे. Of course, it is the 6th lord as well. Yes, Preeti.
Guruji, I have heard a lot about Gaj Kesari Yoga. It is very good, very good. But when it comes to manifestation in Sri Ramji's chart, we are seeing that the problem is actually coming from the mother itself.
Yeah. Have you seen my video on Gaj Kesari Yoga on YouTube?
No, no, Guruji.
Just go watch it. You'll get all the answers. I have an elaborated video on Gaj Kesari Yoga on my channel. See, exalted sun is there. But you know what? See, I'll show you one thing here. What can this exalted sun do? This exalted sun is making a pap kartari to Mercury. Is it? Sun and Ketu, इसके बीच में Mercury sandwich हुआ हुआ है. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this? Sun is giving a victory, of course. But this sun, father, is also destroying the younger brother, क्योंकि लक्ष्मण जी उनके साथ चल पड़े. फादर ने केकई की बात मान दी. राम जी की तो जीवन में था ही, लेकिन यहाँ पर उनके ब्रदर भी साथ में सफर किए। यस पारुल।
Guruji, I was just revising like the lecture from the Badhak. You talked about like Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed that
Yeah.
you can do to pay off
ये
the karma
अभी मैं
that you
इनको
have.
उधर नहीं लेके जाऊंगा, क्योंकि ये वो एडवांस लेवल है ज्योतिष भूषण का। अगर मैं साम दाम दंड भेद में लाया तो एक और लेक्चर है जिनको अभी ये लोग उस लेवल पे नहीं है।
Okay.
उसको मत लाओ
Yeah.
पारुल।
Okay.
वो आप ज्योतिष भूषण में लाना, ज्योतिष आचार्य में मत लाओ, क्योंकि साम दाम दंड भेद का कॉन्सेप्ट अगर मैं इनको अभी बताऊंगा तो आप तो जानते हो कितना एलेबोरेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट है।
So, got it. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah. Guys, have you understood how Badhaka works? Prakash ji, did you understand how Badhaka is like a curse, is like a tormentation, is like a harassment in a chart?
Little bit, Guruji.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch this class again and again to really understand what is happening. So we have new people in the family. We have Manju ji, we have Nandita ji in our Jyotish family. Ratna, you both are welcome on board. Just why don't you say hi to each one of us here and just say a little bit about yourself to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Myself Manju Mehta, as you know, and I'm a student of yours, and I'm really blessed, feeling very blessed कि इतना अच्छा मौका मिला है कि रियली ये जो एक सर्च थी एस्ट्रोलॉजी को लेके कि किनसे सीखी जाए, तो वो ये आज यहाँ जाके पूरी हुई है। एंड थैंक यू सो मच।
Yeah, stay blessed. Thank you. Stay blessed. Thank you. Yeah, Nandita ji, you're there. You just say hi to everyone in the family, please. You can unmute yourself if you're there. I think she's there, but she's there. Okay, anyways. All right. So, Guruji, is it called Neecha Bhanga Raj Yoga of the Mercury? कहाँ पे नीच भंग है? Mercury तो नीच हुआ ही नहीं कहीं पे. Want me to show the chart again? Where is Mercury? Mercury तो नीच नहीं हुआ कहीं पे भी. I mean, Mercury is not in the Neecha Rashi. So what Neech Bhanga are you talking about? I have no idea. Yeah, so I can summarize once more. That is a good thing. First thing, whenever you're looking at Badhaka, look at the Bhavavastha before you look at the Bhavesh. Then, when you look at the Bhavesh, step number 2, try and understand what lords are there. Is the Badhaka having one lord or Badhaka having two lords? Like in Shri Ram's chart, Badhaka, house was having two lords, one Venus and the second one was Moon. Then you look at the position, step number 3, of Moon and the Venus. Step number 4, you look at the aspects of planets on the Bhava, which is a Badhak Bhava. Is there a planet aspecting? And also look at the aspects of various planets on the Bhaveshas. Right? So whatever planets are associated with the Badhaka Rashi, wherever they are sitting, do they have evil eyes or do they have good aspects? Do they have bad aspects? And you always consider Rashi Drishti over the Graha Drishti. So Rashi Drishti has higher potential than the Graha Drishti, right? Because Graha Drishti is out of desire, Rashi Drishti is an accident. Rashi Drishti is like it will come with a surprise, right? It is like some internal conspiracy, So Rashi and Graha Drishti, the difference between them is that the the Rashi Drishti is an internal conspiracy. Slowly, internally, it can damage you or it can, uplift you. But the Graha Drishti is direct desire. So even this I have explained in the Drishti's, lectures. You go back and listen to the lectures. I think we have got Nandita ji back. Nandita ji, welcome to the family. Why don't you just say hi to everyone and just few words about yourself so that we all can know you.
Uh, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Guruji. Good evening, everyone. Uh, I'm Nandita Dalal. I live in Mumbai, and I have been following astrology on my own for the last 2, 3 years, and particularly Guruji's channel. I have been following a lot and learning a lot from him, and I had the great opportunity to meet him very recently and become a part of this community. So I'm so honored to be here. And thank you for accepting me, everyone.
Anytime. Thank you and thank you and
Thank
welcome.
you so much, Guruji.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So also Guruji, can you explain how Yuti would apply like Venus, Mars as Badhakesh? Shilpa, you need to explain that more because I need this question is incomplete. Like Venus and Mars, Badhakesh, I have no idea where Venus and Mars are sitting. Right? Why don't you just put this chart in the group and then ask the question so that we all can reply? Because if you ask me to explain the Yuti with what level, I mean, where are this Yuti happening or where is this Yuti happening? What are the aspects? So a lot of things have to be done. So why don't you put this, sir? Does the curse always come from the 12th house? The curse will always come from the 12th house. There's no doubt about it because 12th house is house of losses, right? So 12th house can give you curses. There are many curses, right? That comes, but then the curse that comes from Ketu, if Ketu is debilitated, it is a curse, right? If you have 3, 4, 5 planets that are combust in a chart, it is a curse of Mahadev, right? वो शिव जी का कर्स है, right? What career will you look at if you have 4 or 5 planets combust from Surya? What career? You're always having a very tormented and very restricted life. I have seen horoscopes where we have 4 or 5 planets combusted. They're very closely conjuncted to Surya. It is a direct curse coming from Shiva. It is a curse as well as a love that you have been cursed. Now I will keep you with me and you just follow what I say. But it is difficult. It is a very, very difficult life because you will have no free will. Yeah, I mean, Sannyas Yoga is there in the Kendra. It is there if you have 4 or more plans. But Sannyas Yoga is again a curse and a blessing both. It's a curse for your family, blessing for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thought, yeah, Parul.
Guruji, my question was only around that the dual signs that
Yeah.
actually has the Mercury and Jupiter. They or like the Mool Trikona, which is Rahu or Ketu, they will only bring that curse kind of thing or like Badhak for you forever.
See, it depends upon the lagna that you have. Okay, so if you have a dual sign lagna, it is
It's always
always
going to
the
be seventh house.
house, right? So it will always going to be Mercury or Jupiter
Yeah.
as the
And then,
Badhakesh.
yeah.
But then if there's Ketu sitting there in the 7th house, right, then the curse is coming from a Rishi, from a Maharishi. That is why I said the Bhavavastha is very important. The Bhavavastha will tell you a lot of things.
Yeah, Bhava Avastha of that seventh house for the dual sign would
Yes,
explain.
yeah,
You have to connect the dots from there and then.
Exactly. This is the theme of this lecture today.
Got it. Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. See, Mars in Marankan Sthana means Mars is a brahmachari here, right? Hanumanji never married, is a param brahmachari. You see, that is the meaning of Mars. Mars doesn't want to get married. And if you bring Shiva as a Rudra Roop Shiva in the 7th house of Vishnuji, he will be a brahmachari, right? And an exalted, fully aware brahmachari. विवेक जी समझ में आया? हनुमान जी कैसे मंगल है? एग्जॉल्टेड मंगल, ब्रह्मचारी. राइट? आई थॉट कि मुझे लगा था कि ये लेक्चर बहुत लंबा चलेगा, बट आप लोग इतने इंटेलिजेंट हो, आप लोगों ने तो मेरी मदद ही कर दी कि हमने 1.5-2 घंटे में इसको 1.5 घंटे में खत्म कर दिया. 1.5 hours. You people are certainly intelligent people. I'm so proud of you. We can have one more example from the chart, from the chart that you'll put in the group. But first, I want a lot of students, who want to digest it. I can give you an example of Mahatma Gandhi. I want you to give inputs on the charts of Mahatma Gandhi. It's a very interesting chart when it comes to Badhaka. Very interesting. We can do a lot of discussion on the chart of Mahatma Gandhi. But I want few charts in the group, lot of discussion happening in the group on the Badhaka. Give your inputs. And once you have developed your inputs, when you've done those inputs, then, I'll give you another chart, which I'll explain. Exactly. Do the homework as Mr. Gandhi's chart. And tell me, I would love to see how many of you can relate to what I'm relating. How many of you come to the same platform where I'm standing? It will be a lot of fun. ठीक है, चलो